Hi, welcome to Muzzle First. On the table here we got my Ruger LCP, and today we're going to clean the Ruger LCP magazines. Like any other firearm, the LCP magazine does get dirty. So before it gets dirty enough to start causing problems, we're going to go ahead and clean it. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to put all the rest of the stuff here on the side. We're not going to use those magazines today. I'm going to concentrate on this one, all right? The Ruger LCP magazine is a pretty basic design. There's nothing really fancy about it on the inside, but they work. I do like the Ruger branded magazines. Those are the only ones that I have. But so let's go ahead and take this thing apart, and I'll show you how to clean it. For cleaning it, I'm going to use some hops, gun cleaner. I'm not going to use oil on it. It's not generally recommended to use oil inside the magazine. Anything that you put inside the magazine, any kind of moisture is just going to draw contaminants, and that's going to lead to failures. So anyway, before we get started here, let's make sure we got everything that we need. I'm going to use a little brass rod, basically just to push things through, push the cleaner through the magazine and stick it apart with. Then I'm going to use a towel to dry it with when we're done, and we'll put that together. All right, so the first thing we want to do is take it apart here. There's a little button on the bottom of these magazines, and you're going to want to have your thumb against the back side of it, all right? But you're not going to push it off real quick. You're going to have to ease it off because you're going to catch a spring on the inside. All right, so you push this little button in, and we're going to slide the floor plate off, and we're going to catch the magazine spring that's on the inside. Just like that. All right. There's the follower. All right, so see if we can get a look inside there. All right. So you can see a little bit of fouling on the sides of that magazine in there. And we'll do a before and after shot, and afterwards you'll see that it'll be pretty clean. All right, so this ain't going to take very long at all. These are relatively simple to clean. Alright, I'm just going to take one patch. I'm going to put a little hops on it. And I'm just going to push it through. I'm just going to work it around in here. You see that coming off there? That's all junk, powder fouling mostly, off the inside of this magazine. And you can also see that, I don't know if you see a little bit of shine in there. There's a little bit of copper in there as well. Alright, I'm just going to do this a few times. I just want to make sure that we get all the sides of it. And I'm not pressing really hard. I'm not trying to like scratch it or anything. I'm just pushing this towel through there. There you go. That all came from the inside of that magazine. So let's see if we can get a look through there. Of course it's wet, so you're going to get a shine off of it right now, but we're going to dry it before we're done. Alright, I'm just going to wipe the outside of it here. I'm going to go once over the spring. I don't see any powder fouling on the bottom down here, so it's not that it's not to the point to where I'm having failures yet. When they get really fouled, you'll start seeing powder on the on your floor plate and everything, brass shavings or copper on your floor plate. That's when you know that it's been a while since you cleaned them. I don't know as far as when to clean them. I will usually wait until I start having a problem with it. Now, if I'm not having a problem with it, I generally don't clean the magazines. There is an exception. Anything that I carry for self-defense, I'm going to clean the magazine every once in a while. Now, I'm not going to clean the magazine as frequently as I clean the gun, but definitely every several hundred rounds, I'm going to clean the magazine. And sometimes just if I'm cleaning the gun and I'm a little, got a little extra time, I'll pull the magazine apart and wipe it out. You don't always have to use cleaner. You can do this without any cleaner. You can just shove a dry towel through it, and that usually will be enough to get all the powder out. Anything that's loose that'll be causing a problem. All right, So now you can see that that was white when we started, and that's just from the inside of that magazine. So I hope I'm actually convincing someone to start cleaning their magazines, because they really do get dirty. They do need to be cleaned. I'm going to leave that to where you can see it. Alright. All that's really left now is to dry everything and put it back together. I'm going to put the lid on this before I spill it. There we go. Alright, so let's just dry it and put it back together. I'm going to run this towel through the middle of it. And in doing so, it should pick up any kind of moisture or any cleaner that's left in there. I have better luck going through this side. Sometimes when you go through the top, you get a, you start fighting those feed lips on it. All right. Let's see what she looks like on the inside there. A lot better. You can notice all the contaminants are gone from the inside. We've run a towel through it so it's dry. That's just the shine off of the finish, the blued finish inside that magazine. Alright. Let's dry the rest of these parts off here. Like I said, I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna do my best to make sure there's no wet anything. There's no moisture left in this when I put it back together. I'm gonna put it back together dry. There are a few magazines that need lubricant in them, but most of this style of magazine, you don't want any kind of lubricant in there. Alright. Cool thing about that hops is that hops will dry on its own too, but I don't really want to wait that long. I want to know that it's dry before I, actually have to use the gun. Alright. Just make sure that spring's dry. Alright, so let's put this back together here. Alright, so if you look at the way that we took it apart, I don't know if you paid attention to the way the follower came out, everything has a slight cant to it. So if you forget how you took it apart, just look at the way that look at the way that the cant is and match them up. Alright, we'll put the follower in. We're going to drop the spring in there. I'm going to try and make sure that spring goes inside there. And the last piece, we're going to put the floor plate back on it. Alright, see a little button sticking up there? You just push the button down. There you go. Snaps right in place. That's all there is to it. Alright. When you want to do a safety check on it, you want to make sure everything, that the last round holdback is working on it. But LCP doesn't have one, but should be fine. Alright. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, you can send me an email at muzzlefirst@gmail.com, or you can visit my website, www.muzzlefirst.com. Thanks and have a good day.